Welcome back, everyone. Left Zero here with the final day of the Think Fast doubles competition. Day two was a little rougher than day one, well, a lot rougher than day one. Day one I was 9-1. Day two I went 5-5. So I was hoping I was going to do better day three. But like I mentioned in the last video, day three was still very difficult, and it didn't really help that I didn't start playing until like about 2:30 in the morning, I think it was. I got out of work late, and then I was hanging out with my wife for a while, and before you know it, it was like 2:30 in the morning, and I'm like, oh god, that's right, I got a tournament to play, and I have to work in the morning, so there was no possible way I could have played in the morning, and then because I would have gone to work, and I would have gotten home, and the tournament would have been over, and I would have been short 10 games, so, well, it's 2:30, why not, let's give it a shot. And like I said, the Japanese players are out heavy late at night. I mean, for them, it's the middle of the afternoon for them, so let's see what happens. And actually, this day was a little different than the second day, whereas like the second day I struggled a lot early and made a comeback late just to preserve a 5-5 record, where the third day I started off really well, and then as the evening went on to like 3 in the morning, I don't know if it was fatigue, if I was like falling asleep or what, but then I started losing, so then I ended up getting to a point where I had to like save myself at the end from getting to below 500. So I get, anyway, let's get back to the battle here. So I'm going to get a Scald off onto the Digger's Bee to feint it, because it's ground type, so it's weak against water. And I did a Giga Drain onto the Rotom Wash, which is going to finish off my Politoed. Super effective hit. And out it's going to come Talonflame. Oh, I'm sorry, Flygon. I looked at the Japanese characters, I thought it was Talonflame, but I did Flygon. And the opponent's going to forfeit because it sees there's no real point in continuing, because I was about to win. And now we come up with next opponent, 66. Maybe a Mario Lemieux fan, as I am. And out comes another Japanese player, more Japanese characters. We have Meowstick and Mawile. And I did see a ton of quick guard Meowsticks throughout play on, especially the third day. It seemed like there was quick guard Meowsticks everywhere. So Mawile's going to get Intimidate off, which is going to do nothing against special attackers. And it's going to Mega Evolve. But I know it's going to go last. So I'm always worried in this situation, thinking that Meowstick's going to have some sort of trick room where it's going to like do quick guard, and then it's going to set trick room or something like that. But I had something up the sleeve today in this battle, because I made a fake out and it didn't have any sort of quick guard, so that was good news for me. Even better news, I get the burn off on Mawile, so now I know that whatever attack it's going to give me is going to be pretty much neutered. Where Play Rough would have easily fainted my Politoed, it actually just brought me down to about 40% health this time. And then it's going to go for a Sucker Punch now onto Ludicolo, which is weird. I thought I was going to go for a Sucker Punch onto Politoed to feint it, but I do get a Scald off onto Meowstick, which will take it down to about 30% health, and then again another Scald off onto Mawile this time to finish it off before it has any chance to attack further. But I did get that Sucker Punch off that second turn there, so, or third turn, whatever, so did get some damage off, and Psychic is actually going to not faint me, but get me close to death. But I know that Meowstick isn't really utilized as an offensive threat. It's usually used as support with a bunch of prankster shenanigans that it pulls off. And out comes Chandelure, which I know that Chandelure is going to be in a world of hurt unless it's in Trick Room. Chandelure is just not. It's very strong, but it's also very slow. Unless you put speed investment into it, possibly you might have a chance of being speedy. You might even need like a choice scarf or something just to get it to go. And I know that it usually carries Focus Sash as well. That's usually why it doesn't use a choice item, because it has to carry that Focus Sash because it's so frail. And I'm going to finish it off with the double Focus Fire of Scald. So that was an easy battle there. I wish the other ones were easy as this one, but I mean, there was, like, again, this is like when I first started for the night, or morning, or whatever the hell time it was at this point. So they were actually a little easier when I first started off, and I was actually kind of surprised, because like I said, usually like that late at night all the Japanese players are out and they're all kicking my ass, and I was actually getting pretty lucky near the beginning, so I was getting pretty confident, and then maybe I got a little too overconfident, and maybe that clouded my judgment on some moves that I made, some choices I made. I mean, it's all on me. I'm not trying to make an excuse or anything like that. I only lost because the Japanese players were out. I only lost because time of night. I mean, they're my choices I made, and the moves I made. I mean, I made the mistakes. I made the losses. But I'm just trying to make some reasoning behind how I could have possibly gone from 9-1 one day to like 5-5 the next 2 days. So anyway, I'm going to go with the Scald to the Genghis Khan, and this is going to be a Trick Room team here. And so I had trouble with Trick Room teams. Most of the Trick Room teams I ended up losing to because my team revolved around speed, where Ludicolo has Swift Swim, it's like really fast, and my Politoed has Choice Scarf, so it's very fast. And I built my Genghis Khan around speed. So this Double Edge is going to go off into Ludicolo, and it's going to feint it. So not that good for me right there. And it's going to take a lot of recoil damage, so that's fortunate. Let me get the Scald off to finish off Genghis Khan before I can do anything else like that. And Genghis Khan's gone. Now it's going to come Abomasnow. So now I know that it's going to be even harder now because the Hail's going to come out, so it's going to weaken my Scald, which I'm locked into now for the rest of the battle. And let's see what happens here. I'm going to have to hope for a burn here, but I know that this Jellicent, I believe, has Water Spout possibility, and it's still at full health, so be very careful of that. We get Sucker Punch off, so I can go faster against this Jellicent to weaken it if it had any Water Spout potential, but it do end up feinting it anyway, so it doesn't matter. And now I'm just left against this Abomasnow. Use Wood Hammer onto Politoed, which is strange. I thought I would have used the Wood Hammer onto Genghis Khan, which would have been super effective also, but it does feint my Politoed. So now I'm down to one-on-one with Wood Hammered Abomasnow, but it can't Mega, so that's the only hope I have is that it can't Mega Evolve, so it's not going to be as strong as the Mega Evolved form. And it does take it down to about 20% health. And so go for Blizzard for some reason. I mean, it probably should have gone for Wood Hammer. If Wood Hammer could have KO'd me, super effective hit, it could have KO'd me. Actually, no, sorry, Wood Hammer's grass. What am I thinking? Wood Hammer is grass type. I thought it was for some reason the fighting variant, but that's a different move. It's similar. So anyway, Abomasnow is going to protect. It's trying to get some hail damage off on me to get to the point where its Ice Shard can then feint me. But I'm going to go with Sucker Punch this time. He's going to have another move planned, and it's going to barely finish off Abomasnow, finish off the battle. So that was a close one there. Obviously, I was very close to being defeated. Like I said, the Trick Room teams were very difficult for me. So next battle we have here versus Nao, N-A-O. And I saw this team. I saw it had a Togekiss. I got worried because I know the Togekiss has that Serene Grace and really can devastate a team. But I do have faster Pokemon. But first, we're going to see the Genghis Khan Meowstic again. So again, we're looking at maybe a possible Quick Guard, where he's probably going to predict that I'm going to try to fake out onto the Genghis Khan, and it's going to use that Quick Guard to prevent me from using my fake out. So let's see what happens here. It is going to use Quick Guard, and that's going to prevent me from using any type of fake out. See, so it protects, and then Genghis Khan is going to get his own fake out off onto Politoed. Because my opponent was predicting the fake out from Ludicolo, so basically my whole team loses out on attacking that turn. So now Thunder Wave comes out onto Ludicolo to slow it down from the ridiculous speed it has. It is still going to go first and get a Scald off onto the Genghis Khan. I always focus fire on the Genghis Khan. For some reason, I think almost every single battle I've had, I was able to burn Genghis Khan with that. So I was able to take him out with 2 Scalds in a row, so very lucky there. And out comes the next Pokemon, which is going to be the Togekiss, which now I'm very worried about because I have this my Ludicolo who's confused and paralyzed, and it's going to be very hard for it to get an attack off, so Politoed's going to have to rely on its locked-in Scald to try to take care of business here. Air Slash coming on to Politoed, which strange. I thought that the Air Slash would have made more sense on to Ludicolo, who have been super effective damage against, but I'm going to hit myself in confusion. And then I'm going to get a Thunder Wave against my Politoed, so now both my Pokemon are paralyzed. So it's going to be pretty hard for me to win with this duo right here. But I do get the Scald off to finish off Meowstic, so don't go with that Pokemon anymore. Now he's got this Togekiss left, and use Dazzling Gleam, which does take care of Politoed, but again I'm wondering why it didn't use Air Slash onto Ludicolo, because I mean, even though I'm confused, I hit myself confusion again, there's still a chance for me to get an attack off. Now, I'm pretty sure it doesn't want to see an Ice Beam from Ludicolo. So out comes Genghis-Khan, my final Pokemon. So now there's no way it can be paralyzed unless Togekiss decides to use a Thunder Wave on me, which is a possibility. But I'm going to fake out the Togekiss, and I'm going to hope that I'm out of confusion, or I can actually get a move off this turn. But we'll see what happens. I'm still confused, and I do get the Ice Beam off this time though, so that's awesome. And that's going to do a World of Hurt to Togekiss. It's going to take it down to about 30% health, but it does have a Citrus Berry. We will bring it back over half health. And but now I'm in a good position here where, I mean, I still have the 2 Pokemon left. He's pretty much got the Reliant Dazzling Gleam to try to damage both Pokemon to have any chance of winning this battle. Return barely feints the Togekiss. I think the second hit was a critical hit, so that saved me right there from possible devastation with the Dazzling Gleam. So awesome way to finish that battle off. And now we have against Neo, and that's the last. Okay, against Neo, the last battle of the tournament. Let's see how this finishes off here. We have a Talonflame Manectric, so interesting open there. Palito Ludicolo. Now I know that Manectric is a very fast Pokemon, especially if it's Mega Evolved. It's one of the fastest Pokemon in the game that's able to be used in the battle spot rather, or tournaments. So let's see if it outspeeds my Choice Scarf Politoed, because I'm going to try to fake out this Talonflame just to stop it from Brave Birding me on the first turn here. So I'm going to fake out the Talonflame, and then I'm going to see if my Politoed's faster so I can get off his attack. And I am faster than my Choice Scarf, thankfully, so I'm going to get a Surf off to KO Talonflame, take major damage to Manectric, and barely do anything to my own Ludicolo. So it's awesome there, but it is going to get the Thunder off. It's going to take advantage of my rain and get 100% Thunder off, which should very easily feint my Politoed, which it does. So, I mean, that was a good trade-off though, because, I mean, Brave Bird, Talonflame can destroy a whole team, as I've shown in my own videos several times. Now Garchomp's going to come out, and my own Genghis-Khan's going to come out. And actually, the opponent of Genghis-Khan, why am I saying my own? It's just my Genghis-Khan, whatever. Sorry, I'm tired, guys. So I'm going to probably just fake out onto the Manectric, because I know that I'm super fast, and I should be able to easily get an Ice Beam off on the Garchomp, and fake out's actually enough to feint Manectric, because Manectric's very weak defensively. So this Ice Beam coming will now easily feint the Garchomp to finish off this battle and this tournament. So, and oh, that's Focus Sash. We're not over yet. We're not done yet. We use Outrage, which is going to destroy my Genghis-Khan. It actually won't destroy it. It'll take down about half health, which is very surprising. I'm going to go Sucker Punch on the Garchomp this time, because I know that I am slower. Even though an Ice Beam would have finished off, I just picked an attack for Genghis-Khan to use in case for some reason Ice Beam magically missed. Like, it's a 5% chance. Actually, no, I think it's 100% to make it, so it would have missed anyway. So anyway, 5-5 again. So ended up with a 19-11 record, which as bad as I did the last 2 days, it's still 1 win shy of my 42nd place ranking of the singles Think Fast, which I was 20-10, and I ended up being 42nd place in the United States. And being this tournament was a lot harder, I think, than the singles version, because there was no team preview, mainly to see what your opponent was possibly going to bring at you, and you only had the 3 Pokemon instead of the traditional 4 with doubles. I think it was a lot harder, so I mean, there's a good chance I could still place in the top 50 in the United States, so we'll have to wait and see. Usually the rankings come out the Friday after the tournament ends, so probably this Friday we will find out where I ended up. So thank you guys for watching. Look forward to more videos. Please like, comment, subscribe.